Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to 3 more songs from Sarah Vaughan. One particular note about the second track, this one is going to feature another singer named Jack Jones, who I've never heard before, so this is going to be a pretty fresh reaction for you guys on that front of things. But Sarah Vaughan is an artist now who I feel a lot more familiar with and comfortable saying that I'll be able to handle a bit of her style. And that's something that kind of gets my mind thinking about just music in general and the way in which we develop as listeners, especially as it relates to a specific artist, but maybe we can apply that same argument to all of our listening. But even across this journey of discovering Sarah Vaughan's work, I feel like she has honed my ears in a way that you simply cannot with other styles of just music and other just vocalists in general, because Sarah, she is going to live in the moment and she's going to make every moment the most it can be. And whenever you're confronted with an artist of that caliber, you really get so much out of just existing in each of the moments that she presents to you. I know that's a bit obtuse maybe the way I'm discussing it, but imagine like the first 10 seconds of a song of Sarah Vaughan's song is just the entirety of another track in terms of complexity, in terms of how much emotion one pours into their creative work. I feel like I mentioned this before, but she puts in so much into every little decision, every little syllable, every pitch, every styling. That's what makes it fun to listen to, and also very challenging. So for me, she like tickles both of those parts of my brain that I feel like a lot of great art should. But let me know what your thoughts on that. But as always, I'm super excited to be checking out more Sarah Vaughan on the channel, and that is courtesy of this reaction request coming straight from Michael. Thank you very much, Michael, as always, for your support of the channel. Now, my friends, let's jump into it.
Winds may blow or the icy sea, I'll take with me the warmth of thee, a taste of honey, a taste much sweeter.
Let's listen to Honey again.
The warmth of thee, a taste of honey, a taste.
Perfect placement, perfect vibrato, perfect volume, perfect, man.
Much sweeter than wine.
And honey is immortal. Can last forever.
I will return, I'll come back for the honey and you.
Oh, that is beautiful.
For the honey and you. I'll leave behind my heart to wear, and may it e'er remind you of a taste of honey.
Dude, that is so pretty.
A taste much sweeter than wine.
Depends on which kind of wine too. Your reds are going to be very dry.
I'll return, I'll come back for the honey and you.
Oh my god, I fall in love with her voice every single time I hear it. I love her pitches. I love the way she slides up and down. She carries so much strength in her voice. At no point has her voice ever cracked if it was unintentional. I sincerely doubt it.
Yeah.
money you think Hammond organ has?
Came back to his love so fair, and so she died, dreaming of his kiss. His kiss was honey, taste more bitter than wine.
More bitter than wine now. It was sweeter at first, now it's bitter. So I guess the pairing bitter than, or sweet bitter, bitter sweet, which is an interesting way to describe honey, because as I mentioned, honey lasts forever. You can buy it and it will never go bad. So the fact that her honey has this bittersweet taste to it implies that the relationship with this person, for all intents and purposes, is always a bit bittersweet for her. There she goes.
I'll come back for the honey and you. I'll come back for the honey and you.
Oh, I love the grass in the back.
For the honey, honey and you.
I like that song. Short and sweet. You could say bittersweet because of how short it is. And I guess that's where she's coming from lyrically in this song, is that this romance that she has, it is often very sweet, the kiss, but also it's a bit bitter when you have to part ways from each other. That kiss, you would like it to be permanent, as if it were actual honey, but you know, you're not going to only nourish yourself off honey for real. Though with love, you want to have that love eternally. I guess a important disclaimer when it comes to love is to be able to fully love is also to be able to fully let someone else go. And the moments where you get to share together are the ones that you cherish, and hopefully you get to produce more of those moments together. So that's why, like, it is interesting that the taste, that honey itself was the thing used here for bittersweet. Also, this is only word association that I'm playing here, but there is a song by this group. It's a very different genre, but I'm just throwing out the recommendation. This group titled Steam Powered Giraffe. They do like very unique steampunk style or influenced songs that take a very ballady slash harmony slash I don't know, classic pop style approach to song production. And they have a song called Honey Bee that I think goes really it sounds really beautiful. I think would go crazy in your playlist if you check it out. But yeah, very different than Sarah Vaughan. I really like the melody in this track. I like everything about Sarah's performance here. You guys have heard me talk your ear off about that a lot already. I think the most interesting part for me is the meaning, is the impact in this song. I'm just very curious now just to look up. Give me a second here. Sarah Vaughan, A Taste of Honey meaning. How about that? According to Google AI overview, Sarah Vaughan's A Taste of Honey 1964 is a bitter-sweet ballad, there you go, about temporary love, longing, and the lingering memory of a fleeting romantic experience. It portrays a bittersweet mix of warmth and heartache, where a brief sweet encounter, a taste of honey, leaves a lasting impact. Okay. Yeah, I think that's exactly where I was thinking, because this love, it doesn't feel permanent, even though the taste remains permanently. You see the distinction there? You don't always have that access to the honey, but you have permanent access to the memory of having had that honey. It's a very specific twist there. Let's check out the next track. This is the one featuring Jack Jones, titled Here's That Rainy Day.
Maybe I should have saved those left over dreams. Funny, but here's that rainy day.
Oh. Oh. Oh, listen to that again.
But here's that rainy day.
Oh. If I'm standing next to her and she does that, and I have to follow it up, I'm shaking.
Here's that rainy day. They told me all.
Oh, he's into it too. He does the lowering thing.
And I laughed at the thought that it might turn out this way.
Oh, Jack has got chops too. Whoa. How he so subtly held that note. We've talked about Sarah doing that, where she's able to maintain a pitch that feels like he shouldn't be able to sustain it at the volume level that he's doing it, but that tells you how much control he has with his voice. Sarah now has shown me so many times over that she can do it. Very cool that Jack also has got that ability.
That it might turn out this way.
Here. Just holding. Oh. Oh. Oh, this gives me chills.
After I brought my lover, well, it's funny how love becomes a cold, rainy day. It's very funny, but that rainy day, that rainy day.
They're like speaking each other's language. Sarah's musical career began 35 years before this appearance. Aged 18, she accepted a dare to enter an amateur talent contest at New York's Apollo Theater. Her performance of the song Body and Soul won her first prize. Naturally gifted. Just imagine, like, you spawn in, you already are like, hey, I'm just going to win this show offhand. Maybe she didn't practice for it. Maybe she did. I don't know. She's an amateur. Now she's a god vocalist. 35 years is insane. Wow. Pure mastery. She won the princely sum of $10. I think we have to do the inflation for today's money, and a week-long singing engagement at the Apollo, where she shared the bill with a certain Miss Ella Fitzgerald, who would later call Sarah the greatest singing talent in the world today. That's so cool. And it's also a kind of crazy coincidence because I have scheduled today for my reactions a video of the Ink Spots and Ella Fitzgerald. So we're going to be getting to hear more of her as well. So to have her sing the praises of Sarah and, just anybody for that matter, I think that says a lot about Sarah's ability and her impact on other artists. And you'll have to let me know if this is at all the case, but some people will be called like an artist's artist, where the mainstream may not know as much about that performer, but among the artist world, among other singers and creators, they're tapped in. They love, in this case, the example might be Sarah. Jesus. Yeah, yo-yoing her voice. Oh, he's on it too. High-key absurd. Sarah was then hired by jazz pianist Earl Father Hines as a vocalist and pianist. Within a year, she joined the singer Billy Eckstine's band before performing alongside fellow jazz legends Charlie Parker, Miles Davis, and Dizzy Gillespie. The names from this blurb I'm familiar with are Charlie Parker and Miles Davis. I believe Parker was a drummer and Miles Davis a trumpeter. Yeah, I don't know if I've done reactions to either of them yet. Oh man, dude. Oh my word. Oh my God. This is the first moment of true harmony.
It's very funny. It's very funny. It's very funny. It's very funny.
Wow. Look at it physically in Jack's face, the moving of his jaw. Sometimes vocalists will do this as sort of an incidental tick, but you could also be doing it to create more space from moment to moment and manipulating those vowels. So watch him kind of like juts the jaw out very slightly forward. Wow.
That rainy
Oh wow. Full baritone voice there. You know what I'm going to say about that. Dissonant up front. Hold on, let's hear that little sequence again. Haunting. Oh my God, chills. Chills. And see, the thing is, you'll also notice about some of these elite vocalists, their ability to perfectly position and manipulate the mic itself to create the perfect sound vocally. Because oftentimes when I discuss how good a vocalist is, I will consider their dynamics, but there's a certain unique interaction effect that occurs when you consider the vocalist and their own dynamic control, and you stack on top of that the vocalist's control of the mic. that's near them, because you can also be speaking at the same volume but moving further away from the mic and creating a different dynamic sound that way. I believe in recording they call that off axis, and or at least just you're recording from the distance, to put it more simply, and that creates a almost like wider, shallower sound. Because like right now, for example, I'm talking into this Shure SM7DB mic and I'm very close. You're supposed to be within 1 inch to like 6 inches of proximity to this thing for it to have optimal pickup, as well as kind of mute out some of the other background sounds. And I don't know exactly what kind of mics they're using there. There's like dynamic mics, and then there's other kind of like static mics. I don't know the exact terminology here, but to be able to then move around physically through space, move the mic backwards and forwards, then manipulate your jaw position and do all of the crazy vowel things. And there's like an infinite number of like micro skills that each of these artists possess, which is why it is always so fun to listen to them, because it's like at any moment they are doing they're like showing off the highest level of skill in any one of these little domains, and often many at the same time. And by the time you're done with like a 3-4 minute track, you have experienced a lifetime. So I really enjoyed this one, probably a little bit more since we had Jack on this, getting to hear the harmonies between these two stellar vocalists. Super fun. Though I will say I slightly prefer the overall melody in A Taste of Honey. The nuances and Here's that rainy day really, really stick out for me. But let's check out the final song of the day. This one is titled The Lord's Prayer. It's almost more of a straight up vocal performance where she just lets vibrato and sustain ride her through. But it's like the most perfect vibrato and sustain you've ever heard from a vocalist. I hear someone shouting out in this song. There's somewhere in the crowd, maybe?
And deliver us from evil. For is the King.
Oh my God. Oh, dude. Oh my God. I didn't want that to end. Another minute of that and I'm in full tears. I really love how emotional that became. Her ability to like project her voice even if she's quiet. This is a different ability, because if you're loud, maybe it's easier to project. You can like sing across the entirety of a stadium because you're just being loud. And there's an efficient way to do it where you can be a little bit quieter internally, but the space you create in your mouth and your palate and the acoustics of the environment and of course the mic setup allow your voice to really carry, and you can still really project your voice even if you're quieter. That's something that even I've had to kind of like learn, being in the position of running this reaction channel and sharing my thoughts. I realized that I don't necessarily have to be loud all the time, nor would I want to be, because I need to also save my vocal cords, and delivering a quieter phrase, delivering something a bit more quietly, but projecting all the same, maintaining that tight abdominal pressure, the diaphragmatic support, and making sure you have enough oxygen. All of that is going to make it a lot easier to deliver the either monologue or song. It's impressive as well just how much air and breath support Sarah has, because you can tell in this song it took a very different approach to the first and second, where she is now sustaining notes for a lot longer of a period of time. And so the human voice, if you're not training yourself to sing, will very naturally at some point, if I can continue to speak in this long uninterrupted run-on sentence, I'm going to run out of oxygen, and then my voice is going to strain and all of a sudden die out of nowhere. That is all possible, but when you control the amount of consistent output from your breath, then you can hold the note for a lot longer without being more, having more, breath. You just are manipulating the flow of breath. And that's why like singing is such a physical thing. You'll notice all kinds of physiological changes in you when you start singing regularly. It definitely shows up in your voice, in your ability to kind of be loose and try to kind of how do I say this part? Like for me, I sometimes when I'm singing, my neck muscles are very active, and it's a very important thing to deactivate some of those muscles that are trying to overcompensate for something that's lacking in a different area of your ability. And the moment where you're able to sort of unlock the ability to soften everything else around, you're still fully present in your body, but you're not engaging more things than you need to, then you can fully focus on that feeling. And I promise it unlocks other parts of your voice you didn't think were possible. It unlocks vibrato. It unlocks your ability to sustain notes for longer, to access lower or higher parts of your vocal range. And, that's why Sarah Vaughan is like the extreme logical conclusion of having the ability to do all of those things to the highest degree. And that's why it is so fun to listen to her. And I'm glad that we had that little factual blurb at the, within the second song, telling us that she's been doing this thing for 35 plus years, started at a very young age, and likely started singing unprofessionally way sooner. But she had the sauce. She had the ability from a very early stage, and just compounded her skill over time, got better at performance, got better at everything that you can imagine. So for me today, I really enjoyed the variety of songs that we got. I would say that my favorite to run back, if I were to pick any of the three, I would probably run back the second one to hear more of the nuances with Sarah and Jack. And then probably I would then select A Taste of Honey. I just really like the way that song melodically sounds. But please let me know what your thoughts are on these tracks today in the comments section down below. But thank you all for watching. If you'd like to request a reaction yourself, you can do so by using the first link in the description box. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.